Good morning. Happy Thursday. Let's hope everything works. Can you hear my mic today? Excellent. Last time I literally just didn't turn the sound mixer on. And I was like, that's embarrassing. But here we are today. Good morning, good morning. Taking your time to stretch it out a little. Get yourself comfortable. I have sand all over my feet in my apartment. Good morning. This mat is just full of sand right now. Stretching it out, moving at your own pace, your own speed. Some nice deep breaths. We'll get started in just about a minute or so, I think. I don't know if that picked up on the big crack in my back, but holy shit. Whew. About another minute or so. All right, we got to get started. So come meet me in the end of your mat. Get those feet grounded underneath those hips. Roll those shoulders back. Give yourself maybe a nice little neck roll each way, whatever feels good. And now we're going to take those arms up overhead. Cactus those arms, opening up the spine, opening up the chest. Bring those arms back overhead. Hinge it down at the hips. Walk it out to a nice solid plank. Take that right foot on the outside of those hands, that right elbow to that right ankle, and slowly twist and peel all the way up to the sky. One more time, right elbow to right ankle. Twist and peel all the way up. Drop that right hand, drop that right foot back, send it into a quick downward dog, pedaling out the feet, opening up that chest for 3, 2, 1. Place both heels down, just walk the hands to meet the feet, and then slowly roll it up. And we're gonna do all that again on the left side, so take those arms up overhead, cactus those arms, opening up that chest, take those arms back up overhead, hinging at the hips, bringing that core in tight, walking it out to a nice high plank, left foot on the outside of those left hands, left elbow to left ankle, twist and peel all the way up high towards the sky. Drop that left hand, send that left foot back. We're gonna take it now with those hips down on the ground, so into a nice little down, upward facing dog. Tap those hips side to side, opening up that chest for just another 4, 3, 2, 1. Send those hips back into that downward dog. Walk those hands to meet the feet, feet to meet the hands. Grab the elbows, rock it side to side to open up those hamstrings just a little bit more. For 3, 2, 1. Gently pull the chest in towards the legs. Slowly roll it up. And I think we're good with that warm up. We don't need anything too crazy today. So it's going to be a full body moment. We're going to start with the core. We're going to be on all fours. It's going to be 3 moves, 2 rounds, 30 seconds per move. No rest in between. So you're just going to come meet me on all fours. So on all fours, you're going to take it into a knee tuck, to a straight leg extension, to a side leg sweep. What that looks like is you're going to lift that knee. You're going to bring that knee in to meet the chest, a little round of the spine. Straight leg extension, so get that leg out nice and long. And then the hard part, you're going to take that leg all the way to the side using that core, and then all the way back to that straight leg extension. So a nice dramatic knee tuck, straight leg extension, side sweep, back to the center. If you don't want to do that sweep, you can take it out. You do what you got to do. But from there, then we're going to do I can't read. It is a knee swing to a single leg downward dog. So you're going to then take it into a nice high plank. So one leg is going to go out. You're going to pick up that one knee. You're going to take that knee to one elbow, knee back to the other elbow, knee to the center, and then give me a nice single leg downward dog. So you're just going to swing the knee to the right, to the left, to the center, straight leg downward dog, really opening up those hips here. And then last but not come down onto those forearms in a nice little forearm plank, and we're gonna do some just simple little low forearm plank knee taps. So you're just gonna get yourself into a nice low plank. You're just gonna tap those knees using that core to bring you up and down with just tiny little knee taps here. So again, it's going to be that knee tuck, straight leg extension to a side leg sweep, that knee swing to a single leg downward dog into a forearm knee tap. You're gonna do everything on one side, then you'll flip it to the other side. 30 seconds per move, no rest in between, using that core to make you nice and strong. You got 10 seconds to meet me on all fours. Getting ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Take that knee to meet your nose. Straight leg extension. All the way out to a side leg extension. And then back. So nice long lines here. Big sweep on the side. Bringing it back to the center. You have less than halfway to go here. Then you're going to pop it into that high plank for that single leg downward dog with the knee swing. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Meet me in that high plank. Take that high plank, lift that one knee, swing the knee to each elbow, and then straighten it back for a single leg downward dog. So you're trying to make sure that your chest is staying nice and open here. The weight is evenly distributed across your hands. You have less than 10 seconds now. Bring that core in a little tighter. We're going into those forearm plank knee taps. In 3, 2, 1. Drop that foot. Come meet me on that forearm plank. And just tiny little knee taps. So you're just going to keep that chest nice and open. Those palms are nice and wide. Tiny little taps here. Deep breaths. 15 seconds. 10 seconds left. These knee taps are tiny and small. You only have 3, 2, 1. Switching it to the other side. I have to be dramatic with this. It's that knee tuck to that straight leg extension to that side leg sweep. Ooh, guys, this one is not easy, especially when you're using that core for that side leg sweep. Less than halfway to go. After this, it's that knee swing to that single leg downward dog. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Meet me in that high plank for that high plank knee swing to a single leg downward dog. Really stretching it out with that downward dog. Keeping that core in nice and tight. You have less than halfway to go. Just give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come meet me on those forearms for that forearm plank knee tap. So keep that core in nice and strong. These taps are small, and they're slow, and they're very intentional. If the taps are not working for you, then you can just totally hold that low forearm plank. You only have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So, all right, we got a full workout to get through. Today's format's gonna be a little different than we've done in a while. So give me a second, hold on. Okay, cool. So today's class is going to be Circuit 1, Circuit 2. Circuit 1 is going to be 5 moves, 2 rounds. Moves 1 through 4, you're gonna do a minute straight. Move number 5, you're gonna do for 30 seconds. Then you get a 30-second rest. Then you're gonna repeat it all again. So no rest in between this. You're gonna do a squat with an arm reach. So you're just giving me a nice simple squat, keeping that core in tight. You're gonna extend those arms forward. Then you're just gonna bring those arms back. So this is both arms for lengthening and strengthening, and a nice squat, keeping that core in tight. And then from here, you're gonna take those legs out nice and wide for a sumo squat. You're gonna give me 4 sumo squats to 4 pulses, all the way down, all the way up. You can do whatever you want with your hands, but at that 4th one, you're just gonna pulse it down nice and low, really feeling those inner thighs. Then come meet me on the ground for a bear plank to a push-up. So you're gonna give me a nice high plank. You're gonna give me a bear, then into a plank, and then you're gonna give me 1 solid push-up on those feet, on those knees, but You're just gonna work on that form to get all the way up, all the way down. Then you're gonna switch it onto a side plank. So you're gonna pick whatever side you wanna start with. On that elbow, you're gonna take one arm up nice and high. You're gonna give me 3 little hip dips here, 1, 2, 3, and then you're gonna give me 3 wraps. So wrapping it all the way under, all the way up. You can have those legs staggered on top. You can drop a knee and whatever feels good for you. And then last but not least, one of my favorite moves, a flow burpee. So you're not jumping this burpee, you're just gonna flow it out. So you're gonna flow those arms all the way up. You're gonna take it up underneath you. If you don't want to jump it all the way back, you don't have to. You can just squat it out. But you're just gonna flow it back, you're gonna jump it back in, and then you're gonna flow it up. So if you don't wanna do that, you can just take it all the way flowing it up, squatting it down. You can give me some 2 little tap backs, and then you bring it up. But the goal of that is just to keep a nice open chest, a strong core, and your arms flow in. So you have about 10 seconds. I'm gonna get you, it'll be that squat with an arm reach, 4x4 sumo squats to a pulse, bear to plank to a push-up, 3 side plank hip dips with the wrap, and then a flow burpee. I will walk you all through it. 1 minute per move for moves 1 through 4, 30 seconds for that flow burpee. Then we repeat that all. Give me a second. We are going to get started in 10 seconds. With that squat with the forward arm reach, keeping that core in nice and tight. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Squat with an arm reach all the way forward and then all the way back. So you're keeping that chest nice and open. You're squeezing those glutes at the top. Those glutes are also strong at the bottom. These arms are really lengthening through every little movement. You're breathing deeply here. You have about 30 seconds left. Making sure those shoulders are staying away from the ears. Can you bring that core in just a little tighter? After this, you got 4 sumo squats to 4 pulses. So yeah, we're staying in those legs. But you're almost out of here. In about 10 seconds, you're gonna take it out to that sumo squat. Whew, you might fall backwards. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Get those legs out nice and wide. Give me 4 sumo squats all the way up, all the way down, and then you're gonna give me 4 pulses at the bottom once you get 4 of these in. So it's a 4x4. And making sure those inner thighs are pushing out, especially in that pulse. Making sure those hips are tucked underneath you. Sometimes I like to scoop my arms to kind of remind myself to tuck my hips and to keep that chest nice and open. Whew. Yeah, this one is not easy today. We have about 20 seconds left. Then you're gonna head to the mat for that bear to plank to push up. So a little upper body moment. Let's go in 15. All the way down, all the way up. Can you get a little bit further down? You have 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up all the way to the ground. Bear to plank to push up. Let's go. So really it's more like plank to bear to push up. So you're gonna give me that plank. You're gonna bring those knees underneath to tuck it in for a bear. Then I guess back to a plank. And then just 1 solid push up all the way to the ground, all the way up. So those knees are coming in underneath those hips. You're taking it out to a strong plank. And of course you can drop it to those knees to improve your form on that push up. Those elbows are tracking in and then they're coming all the way up. But you are staying nice and strong here. You're keeping that chest open. You're keeping a positive attitude, a relaxed muscle on the face. You only have about 15 seconds left. So maybe you're like, yeah, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. We're gonna step it up a notch. You got 4, 3, holy moly, you have 2, 1. Okay, I cheated, I quit early. You're in a side plank wrap, 3 hip dips, side plank, 3 hip dips, and 3 wraps. Let's go. So you're gonna dip the hips 3 times, keeping that core in nice and tight. Then you're gonna wrap the arm underneath all the way, and you're gonna give me 3 of those. And then you're gonna do all that again. So trying to do your best to keep the weight evenly distributed across your arm, so you're not just dumping it all into your elbow. You have Less than halfway to go. After this, it's 30 seconds of that flow burpee, and then you get a 30-second rest. 20 seconds. Deep breaths. 10 seconds. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lifting it all the way up, getting ready for that flow burpee. Flow those arms all the way up, take it all the way to the ground. You can step, hop those feet out, bring them back in, and then flow it all the way back up. So keeping that core in nice and tight, chest nice and open. Flow burpees. You only have about 15 seconds left, so do the best you can. This is your little motion of cardio today. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, 30 seconds of rest, standing it up. You get 30 seconds to shake it out, shake those wrists, roll it around, do what you need to do. You can always dance it out, whatever feels good. You got 20 seconds though. 20 seconds back to the top with that squat with an arm reach. In 15, I don't know what I need to do. I just need to move. In 5, 4, 3, squat with the forward arm reach. In 2, 1, we're on. Let's go. Squatting it and reaching it forward, all the way back. So maybe you want to go a little bit slower this time because you're going to really actively squeeze those glutes. You're going to thinking about pushing those knees out. Those knees are tracking as best they can over the ankles. I almost said elbows. That chest is nice and open. We're about halfway there. Can you bring in that core just a little bit more right now? Just actively mind to muscle that. It's not about sucking it in. It's more about like connecting everything you got going on up in here. So there's a lot of muscles. There's a lot of bones. We're just a human shell holding organs and bones and muscles and thoughts and emotions. You got 7 seconds. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take those legs out for those 4 sumo squats to 4 pulses. So sometimes you just need to use your body to get out of your brain, or sometimes you need to use your brain to get out of your body. So, whichever one you are today, focus in on that. Deep breaths. I don't know if that was 5 or 4, but it doesn't matter, you're just doing the best you can. Get a little bit lower with these squats. Challenge yourself right now. Say, I did the best I could, but now I'm gonna do even a little bit more. 20 seconds. Really open up those hips. You totally are capable.
Yeah, man, it's just one of those days.
You got 10 seconds, and we're going into that bear to plank to push up. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Meet me on the ground, bear to plank to push up. Let's go. So, coming in to all fours, you're gonna pop those knees up, hold that bear, pop those legs to the back, hold that plank, and then 1 solid push up. Bring the legs back to bear, back to plank, and 1 good push up. Deep breaths here. These are probably some of the hardest things we're doing today, I would say, because it's a lot of stability, a whole lot of strength, and a lot of brain power. You have about 15 seconds left. Whew. Stay with it. After this, it is that 3x3 side plank to hip dip with a wrap. On the other side, 3, 2, 1, flipping it onto that other side, whatever side you didn't do. You're gonna give me 3 hip dips, 2, 3 wraps. So tiny little hip dips here. Those feet can stagger. I have to fix my feet. Whew. And then you're wrapping it all the way under, all the way back to the top 3 times. Those hips are going to go a little bit underneath you. Do the best though to keep them stacked. one on top of another. Oh my goodness. After this, you only have about 30 seconds here, and then you only have 30 seconds of a flow burpee, and then we go into another little circuit, and then you got a little finisher, and then you're done. 15 seconds here. Stay with me. Keep those arms up nice and high. Keep those hips going up and down for just 4, 3, I'm sweating, 2, and 1. Release. All the way back to the top, you guys. Flow burpee. Only 30 seconds. Flowing it all the way up, all the way underneath you, jumping or tapping it out, and then you're just flowing it up again. Flowing it up kind of sounds like you're throwing it up, but I don't want anyone to throw up. You don't need to do that. You don't need to push yourself that hard today. You only have 10 seconds here, and then you get 30 seconds of rest. Actually, you're gonna do the whole minute of flow burpees. I changed my mind. So, keep going with these, because you'll get to rest as I explain the next few moves. So keep going with these flow burpees, all the way down, all the way up. You're so close to the finish, you guys.
Just think about the good, ignore the bad.
Keep that core in tight.
We could turn this around.
Keep that chest nice and open.
No matter what.
You only have 4,
No matter what.
3, 2, and 1. All right, you got a whole other circuit ahead, so give yourself a second to breathe, sip water, move, whatever you got to do. So you have 4 moves, 2 rounds, 40 seconds per move, 15 seconds of rest. These moves are simple, you've done them before. You're just gonna give me some good old cross-back lunges. So you're just gonna lunge it back, across, side to side, keeping those hips squared center and squeezing those glutes. Then you're gonna come meet me on your back for a 4x4x4. Hold on. Yep. You're gonna meet me 4x4x4, glute bridge to abductor to pulse. So all the way on that back, you're gonna lift those hips up nice and high. 4 solid glute bridges, 4 abductors, bringing those legs, tiny little pulses in and out, and then just 4 pulses lifting the glutes. And then those are 4x4x4s. Last 2 moves, bicycle crunch, hands behind the head, one leg out straight, elbow to meet the other to meet the knee, and then you're gonna bicycle it and switch it side to side. And then, last but not least, tricep dips. So those arms are gonna come underneath you. You're gonna keep that chest nice and open. You're gonna lift those hips up off the ground, and then you're just gonna give me nice little tricep dips there. So again, it is cross-back lunges, 4x4x4, glute bridge to abductor to pulse, bicycle crunch, a tricep dip. It's gonna fly by. You got 10 seconds though to get yourself ready. Getting ready in 5, 4, cross-back lunges, standing it up in 3, 2, and 1, cross-back lunges. So all the way behind you, all the way back. So you're really squeezing those glutes. You're keeping those hips tucked again underneath you. Those arms can do whatever they please. Maybe some little bicep curls. Maybe you're reaching out. Whatever feels right for you today. Maybe you're just switching up the arms every time you do something. A little bit of a brain game. You have about 20 seconds left here. Deep breaths. 15. Stay with me. You have 4x4s coming in. You have 15 seconds to get on the ground in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 15 seconds. Meet me on the ground. 4 glute bridges, 4 abductors, 4 pulses. Coming down, getting ready to squeeze those glutes. You're gonna keep that core in tight. A nice straight line from the shoulders to the legs. You have 3 4x4x4 glute bridge abductor pulse. Let's go. Lift up 4 glute bridges. Lifting those hips up nice and high by squeezing those glutes. Not just by picturing them going up. 4 little tiny abductors, those legs are going in and out. And then 4 tiny little pulses at the top. And then you go back down. So you are halfway there. After this, a little bit of core, a little bit of arms. We're doing everything today. 4 abductors to 4 pulses. You have 3, 2, and 1, gently lower that spine to the ground. 15 seconds, bicycle crunch is coming in hot. You're gonna get those shoulders off the ground. You're gonna use that core to bring those legs in and out and to take your sides, or to take your body side to side with those obliques. You got 3, 2, 1. Let's go, bicycle crunches. We are on with some bicycle crunches. So those knees are coming in towards the chest. You can do this at whatever speed feels right and appropriate for you. You're just really lifting through the center there. You're keeping that core in as tight as you can, that lower back glued to the ground. 15, 10 seconds, and then you're in a tricep dip. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, give yourself that moment to breathe. You got 15 seconds to get yourself lifted. Tricep dip, coming in hot, making sure everything is good. All right, these tricep dips, you're gonna bring those elbows tracking back. Keep that collarbone open. You have 3, 2, 1. Lift up tiny bits and little tricep dips. So make sure that weight is in the heel of the hand, but you also feel something in the pads of your fingers. So you're just lifting up and down slightly, keeping those elbows tracking back, the shoulders away from the ears, collarbone open, bring that core in, squeeze those glutes for stability. Feet should be on the ground, planted, and then relax that jaw finally. Deep breaths. You only have 4, 3, 2, and release that 1. Guys, back to the top. We're only doing that one more time. Cross back lunges coming in, then you're back on the ground. Then we add a little arms finisher, and you're out of here. You got 5 seconds. Cross back lunges in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Crossing it behind all the way. So when you're crossing behind, you're staying nice and stable in your body. You're doing your best to stay balanced. You're squeezing that core. You are so close to the end, but it's not about being in the end. It's about being here in the moment and being present. So without speaking it out loud, think about what feels good for you in the exact present moment that you are in. Think of like one feeling, one emotion, one thought. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. 15 seconds down on the ground. For this next section, for the 4x4x4 glute bridge to abductor to pulse, I want you to think about something you want to release and what you want to remove today. What are you going to move past? What are we going to move on from? You have 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 4 glute bridges to 4 abductor pulses to then just 4 good old pulses. So this is your moment to release. You can always let out a little audible sound. Whatever feels good. But you're connecting that lower spine every time you bring it down with those glute bridges. You only have less than 10. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it all down to the ground. Bicycle crunches are coming in. Last 2 moves. Bicycle crunch, tricep dip. Stay with it. Keep that core in tight. Get those hands behind the head. Those legs are going to stretch out nice and long. You have 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Bicycle crunches. So you're going to lift even more through the center, right? Because you really want to get yourself into those obliques. You want to feel those lower abs moving those legs in and out. This is all core all day. Breathe. Woo. Sometimes I forget to breathe. 15. 10. Give me 7. 4, 2, 1. Release. Last move, tricep dips. So you're gonna bring it up. You're gonna get those arms tracking back behind you. You're gonna keep that chest nice and open. Those feet are gonna be in front of you. You're gonna feel everything in those hands, everything in those feet. Core is strong, chest is open. 3, 2, 1, tricep dips. So this is the last little portion of the workout before we go into a nice little arms finisher. So keeping that head facing up a little bit or just straight and neutral. You just don't need to put that chin down because there's no need. Your body's not going anywhere. You're gonna trust it. I think trusting our bodies is so important. So often we're like, we need, well, I'm not a doctor, but for the people who aren't doctors, we were like, we need this, we need that, we need this. I don't know. I don't think you need as much as you think. You have 3, 2, 1, release. All right, you guys, last finisher. It is going to be all arms all day. You have 5 minutes, 1 round, 1 minute per move, no rest in between. You're gonna take those arms out nice and wide. You can do this on your knees or standing. You're gonna take those arms and you're gonna be some dramatic over-unders. So you're gonna really lift those arms. You're gonna feel this coming from your shoulder. Usually I just do tiny little motions. I want them dramatic and big. Then from here, you're gonna bring those elbows, pull them in so they're pulling in behind you. And then you're gonna reach and you're gonna put those hands facing the ground so the palms will face up with the elbow pulling. And then they're gonna flip when they reach out. And then from here, forward pulse reach, super important. Roll those shoulders back. Don't roll them forward, keep them rolled back. And then you're just gonna, like you're squeezing a little basketball, a little forward pulse reach. Then flip the palms up, tiny little curve in the elbows, and you're just gonna raise the roof like you're holding 2 little trays. Last but not least, tricep pulse. That core is gonna come in tight, arms are gonna go behind you, palms facing the sky. And you're just gonna pulse it the hell out. So give me a second. We got 7 seconds to go. You got 10 seconds. We're so fast, come on. 5 minutes, let's go. You have 10 seconds. Pardon me, I'm gonna cough, it's gonna be loud. Woo. 5 seconds, dramatic over-unders, get those arms out wide, do the best you can to keep them up. For 3, 2, 1, dramatic over-unders. So, really making some C's with those arms, using those shoulders, keeping that back nice and open. So you can have a little bend in those legs here so you're not totally locked out. Of course, if you want to add a little extra something and if you think you can handle that coordination, you can bring those legs in and out. So tiny little pulses of those legs with those arms, squeezing those inner and outer thighs together. You definitely don't have to do that. Ooh, there is a sweat dripping down my face that is about to hit my eyeball. Darn it, had to move it. All right, you guys, you only have 20 more seconds left here. Next is that elbow pull-in in 15. So keeping that collarbone nice and open. You only have 7 seconds. Do your best not to let those arms drop. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those elbows in behind you and then stretch those palms facing them towards the ground. So bring those elbows in, stretch it out. Really squeeze everything there. Deep breaths. Those legs can kind of bend up and down along with the pattern, whatever feels appropriate and right for you. Most important is these arms here today. So squeeze the elbows underneath. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 30 seconds. Keep that collarbone nice and open. I want you to also feel this in those shoulders as well. You don't really need to lift a ton of weights. I mean, you definitely need to do some resistance. Again, I'm not a doctor, but resist yourself, resist some weights. You only have about 10 seconds here. Then you're gonna do that forward reach pulse in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forward reach pulse. Keep those shoulders rolled back. Keep that core in tight. Squeeze a little basketball. So actively roll those shoulders back if you haven't already. Those arms are just pulsing forward, tiny little pulses. And you're gonna do your best to keep those arms at about shoulder length. Oh, the sweat is literally dripping into my eyes. So try not to keep them low. Don't let them go too high, just at about shoulder length. Ooh, I love that addition of a Pilates ball. Good choice. 30 seconds here, squeeze. If you don't have that Pilates ball, then you're just pretending like you do. Of course, those eyes can be closed. And if you want to do a little like hip tuck going forwards and backwards for a nice little pelvic tuck moment, by all means. Next up is going to be that roof raiser in about 15 seconds where those palms are going to flip up towards the sky. You're going to feel like you have 2 trays, and then you're just going to raise the roof in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let those arms go out nice and wide, tiny little bends of the elbows, and you're just going to raise the roof. So if you want to get Real fun here. You're gonna flamingo that leg. You're gonna give me one leg up, one leg down. You're just gonna balance it out. It's hard to close those eyes, but if you feel good, I'm not gonna tell you no. 10 seconds. Stay strong if you are on one leg. If you're on two legs, stay strong too. You have 3, whoops, 2, and 1. You flip the legs, keep those arms going. You have about 30 seconds left here. Keep that core in tight if you're on 1 or 2 legs. Because after this, you only have a little tricep pulse, and then you are out of here. You have 10 seconds. Stay with it. Give me 4, 3. We're so close for those tricep pulses. In 2, and 1. Release those leg tricep pulses. A nice little bend in those knees. Keep that core in strong. Collarbone is open. Roll those shoulders back. Those palms are facing towards the sky. And you're just giving me tiny little pulses here. Deep breaths. One of my favorite songs. So with this being the end of class today, I want you to take this moment to reflect on everything you accomplished, how you put in 30 minutes to get out 30 hours of energy. That's how I like to think of my workouts. If I just put in 30 minutes every day, every few days, however I feel like I can, you're getting in 30 hours of energy. You're prolonging your life, your joy, your happiness, your power, your strength. You have 4, 3, 2, and release that. Guys, thank you so much for joining class. I am going to get better about not going over. Let's take a quick picture. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Guys, thank you so much. It's an honor and pleasure. Whoever iPad 2 is, I don't have your, if you could just put your Instagram handles in just so I remind myself, that'd be super dope. I have most of you, but just in case, would be super nice and helpful. I see a bunch of people sweating. I'm like, yeah, same. Whew. Let me get this music off. Thank you so much, Emily. It's always a pleasure and a joy. Lori, Nicole, Mary, thank you guys so much. Lori, I don't remember who you're with, so if you would put in hers as well. I'm trying to get this view going. Oh my God, Serena, I love that. Cool, thank you guys so much for joining. Oh yeah, I got you. All right, you guys, have a good one. I'll see you next week. Bye.